Hey friends, happy Halloween. I can think of no better way to celebrate Halloween than to solve some linear equations by substitution. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got two things going on here. There's not a lot of room to write all of my work in this area, so I am going to go ahead and go along right here. Please note that this will be example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nothing crazy, we're just going off of that. So just a reminder, so far we have solved systems of linear equations by graphing. However, graphing is very, very limited. How often do you just have graph paper laying around ready to graph something? Also, some of us are very straight-lined challenged, so graphing is not going to be the most accurate or precise precise method to choose in terms of solving linear systems. However, we are going to start to learn some techniques that will allow us to solve these analytically using algebra. And the first one that we're going to talk about is substitution. So for example 1, here's the information that we have. Well, first off, half of our problem is already done. We already have that x is equal to 2. The only thing left to find is what y is equal to. So when I'm looking for y, if I already know that x is equal to 2, I can simply substitute that value in for x, and then we'll be left with an equation that is just with y. So let's go ahead and do that substitution. If I know that x is equal to 2, well, 3 times, or negative 3 times, x is equal to 2, so we'll go ahead and substitute in 2 plus y equals 12. And solving this is a breeze. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus y equals 12. And one final step to get y by itself, I have negative 6 plus y equals 12. So if we go ahead and add 6 to both sides, we are left with the value y is equal to 18. So our solution here is x equals 2 and y is equal to 18. And we can always use technology to double check our answers. If you are wanting to, you're able to check by graphing. I have x is equal to negative 2, negative 3x plus y is equal to 12. And sure enough, if I look for my intersection, well, just like I told you guys, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 18. So that is our answer to our first one. So Mr. Parsons is going to pause the video to see if you guys can figure out the next one. I'll give you one small hint for the next one. For example 2, we are super, super close to having x by itself. We're very close. However, right now we still just have x plus 1 equals 5, and negative 2x plus y is equal to 13. So before you get too in-depth into this problem, what I would do is, hey, this is an easy equation to solve for x. Find out what x is equal to, and then do your substitution. So Mr. Parsons, go ahead and pause the video now. They're going to go ahead and take a look at example 2. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check in on you guys here. So to start this problem off, I do see that x plus 1 equals 5. So obviously the value of x has to be 4. Subtract 1 from both sides, x is equal to 4. And now we're ready to do that very cool substitution move. All right. So if x is equal to 4, here's where I'm at. I have negative 2 times 4 plus y is equal to 13. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8 plus y equals 13. And finally, add 8 to both sides. Our final value for y is equal to 21. All right, so our final answer is x is equal to 4, y is equal to 21. And let's go ahead and check our answer. All right, first equation I had was x plus 1 equals 5. All right, so next equation I had was negative 2x plus y is equal to 13. And 421. Sounds like a good answer to me. So those example 1 and example 2 are kind of the basic level for substitution. You guys nailed that. So we need to do something a little bit more tricky. All right, here's where I'm at for example 3. Example 3, it looks like I am ready to substitute a value in for x, but this still has a y in it. It's not like I have just an x equals 3. I have an x equals y plus 3. Now, guess what, guys? That is going to be okay. So I'm still going to do the substitution move. X is equal to y plus 3. So if I substitute in y plus 3 in for x, I'm going to have an equation that is all y's. Now, I do want to go over one thing real quick, though. I am plugging in this entire chunk in for x. Make sure you keep this in parentheses here. We want to keep this together. This whole thing is equal to x, so make sure that you keep that together. So here's what this next step is going to look like. 2 times this whole thing is my x, so that is y plus 3. All right, that whole thing went in for x, and everything else stays the same. I have minus 3y is equal to 4. Now let's get rid of those parentheses. We're going to go ahead and distribute. 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 3 is 6. I still have a negative 3y, and I have a positive 4 equals positive 4. I see 2 things that I can combine. I have a 2y and a negative 3y. Well, that is negative 1y plus 6 equals 4. We're getting close. We're getting close. Let's go ahead and subtract 6. Subtract 6. I have negative 1y is equal to negative 2. And finally, last step, divide by negative 1. Divide by negative 1. Y is equal to 2, positive 2. Don't forget, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So we have y is equal to 2. Now, we did a ton of work to get there. We did substitution, we distributed, we combined some like terms, subtracted, divided, we got y is equal to 2. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're only half done. Yes, you found a value for y that works out, but for a system of equations, we also got to go back and find x. So, now that I know that y is equal to 2, well, hey, look right here. X equals y plus 3. So if y is equal to 2, oh, we got that. 2 plus 3, x is equal to 5. So that's what I've got there. So we did our substitution move. This went in for x. We solved that whole thing to get y is equal to 2. And then with that, x was equal to 5. And let's go ahead and double check our answer by graphing. X equals y plus 3. That looks like this. And then finally, 2x minus 3y equals 4. And boom, x is 5, y is 2. That is our intersection. All right, so Mr. Parsons is going to go ahead and pause the video here in just a moment. But here's your next problem. Example 4. Example 4. Now, we have something that is ready to go and ready to substitute. This is going in for x. All right, so Mr. Parsons, go ahead and pause the video. And students, you should be working on example number 4. All right, let's see how you did. So looking at this, first off, I substituted this in for x. And I'm left with 2y minus 1 in for x. And after I'm done solving this, I end up with y is equal to 6. Now, don't forget, as soon as you have that value, make sure you plug this back in up top. I know that x equals y minus 1, y minus 1. So if y is equal to 6, 6 minus 1, x is equal to 5. 5 is a popular number today. All right, x is equal to 5. So let's check our answer. There is no reason that you guys should come to school and not know if your homework is right or wrong. You can check every single one of these answers by graphing. All right, so sure enough, x is equal to 5, y is equal to 6. All right, we have one final way that this can get ramped up a little bit. One final way that this can get ramped up. And so let's look at example 5. All right. In every single one of the previous problems, it has been very, very clear what is going to need to be substituted. However, in this one, we don't have a nice, easy x equals this or y equals this ready to substitute. We got to get either x or y by itself. Now, it doesn't matter which one you solve for as long as you get one by itself. Just for funsies, let's go ahead and get y by itself. So I have x plus y equals 4. Let's go ahead and get y by itself. It's kind of been left out so far today. So to get y by itself, we need to move over that x minus x minus x. And so now I have y equals 4 minus x. All right, and this is going to go in for y. So just like in the previous steps, I have 2x plus 7, and instead of y, I'm plugging in 4 minus x equals -2. And this solving is identical to what we have been doing before. Let's go ahead and distribute. So I'm left with 2x plus 28 minus 7x equals -2. 2x, take away 7x, is -5x plus 28 equals -2. Minus 28 from both sides. I have -5x equals -30. Finally, divide by -5. Divide by -5. I have x equals 6. All right, now don't forget we are not done. You do need to plug this back into your original. So we know that y is equal to 4 minus whatever x is. Well, if x is 6, 4 minus 6 is equal to -2. So I have x is equal to 6, y is equal to -2. Let's check that answers while you guys are still writing this down. X plus y equals 4. 2x plus 7y equals -2. And 6, -2. Looks good. All right, last example. Oh, we're back to an easy one. That's not too bad. All right, Mr. Parsons, go ahead and pause the video here. They are going to go ahead and look at example 6. All right, here's what I got. So after my substitution, I went ahead and had x all by itself. So this is going in for x. After I distributed, we had 9y plus 3. After combining like terms and solving, I ended up with y is equal to -2. And after I plug in -2 in for y, 3 times -2 is -6. -6 plus 1 is -5. And as we've done so far, we've got 3x plus 4y equals -23. And finally, x equals 3y plus 1. Final answer, -5, -2. So here's what you guys are going to be doing for practice. We do have a quick check coming up on Friday, so you're going to want to practice this. So here is what you've got. You have 4 problems right here. 4 problems right there. And then we do have 2 different solving equations ones with actual word problems. So you are going to have to write out your equations and double check your answers. Mr. Parsons does have an answer key to this up at the front of the classroom, so feel free to check your answers as often as you would like. But your practice is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then finally numbers 5 and 6 on the back. We do have a quick check tomorrow. Make sure you take time sometime today or tomorrow morning and solve these problems. Hope you have a great Halloween. Thanks for listening.